someone on X, it was a viral post, I can't remember who posted it, but they likened this to the Weather Underground. And I completely agree.
That.
I mean, this may be the beginning. It's not going to stop. And I warn all of you that are listening right now, those of us who were veterans of the 2010s protest movement, we could tell you, in the winter, there's no protests. Maybe you go to South America or something. When it gets warm, protests light up. Why? Look, man, if you're an organizer, if you're an activist, and you get 10,000 commitments, here's the first thing. They'd make Facebook pages and they'd say, here's the event, here's the time, here's the date. We always warned everybody, only 10% actually show up. So if it says 10,000 people have RSVP'd, 1,000 people will be there, maybe less. Here's the worst thing for the activists. If it's lightly drizzling, no one will show up.
Nobody's going to show up.
No one's going to show up because politics is never more important than avoiding getting wet. So that being said, if we are seeing Tesla dealerships firebombed and shot up when it's still cold out and it's starting to get warm, it was 70 degrees today, come summer, this is going to be tenfold.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's pretty scary.
I mean, it could we could see a summer that I don't think that it'll have the intensity of
You don't think it'll rival 2020?
No, I don't. I think
2020. I mean, you also had COVID rage.
Yeah, it would take more than just people being upset with Trump. Although, I mean, if you see a lot of direct action and then you see the DOJ and federal response, you could see people start to get kind of crazy because of escalation. But
well, also, if you have I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, it's fine.
If you have this guy, Mahmoud Khalil, if you have people one at a time getting arrested and deported, you're going to have martyr situations, So if you are arresting one person at a protest here, one person at a protest here, you're going to have a problem. But
round them all up.
If they round them all up at once,
I mean, has anybody considered
it's harder to protest that?
Has anybody considered the fact that I may be a little bit, but the Democrats are not really organized right now, and they're really in shambles. They don't have a leader.
Yep.
They don't have anybody they don't have a fresh-faced guy, Barack Obama. You could see them grooming Barack Obama when they were, and they don't have anybody that they're Gavin Newsom is not that guy. They don't. So I think that may hurt a little bit of their protesting situation, just because they don't have they're in shambles with regards to organization.
So I think you're right about the fact that they don't have a leader, but it's deeper than that. In my opinion, the Democrats aren't sure who they are.
Yeah.
Right now, you've got the progressives and the far left that have been the loud voice, really controlling the party and dragging the rest of the party along, and they managed to convince. And it was a small section of the far left that managed to convince the whole, basically all of America, that it's not worth speaking out against them. And they were able to lead the country along for a while, because the normal Democrats didn't stand up against them, and they were afraid because everybody was getting canceled and stuff like that. But now the Democrats are in a situation where they've lost. Most of America is tired of the far left's garbage. Yep. And so the rest of the Democrats are like, where should we go? Should we go with the far left, who are the people that are going to be protesting, that are going to be pro Hamas, they're going to be anti-America, they're going to be saying that America is a fascist country now, Donald Trump is this big bad boogeyman, etc.? Or do we work with Donald Trump, who is essentially a 90s or aughts Democrat, and do we try to, prevent him from doing the things that we don't like, the excesses that do go too far, but work with him on the things that we do agree?
Look at Fetterman.
Until the Democrats figure that out, they're going to remain in chaos.
Look at Fetterman.
Yes.
Fetterman. I think Fetterman's nailing it right now.
Yep.
With regards to potentially what a successful Democrat could be doing right now, in lieu of those idiots that made the chalk signs during the congressional thing.
And you make a great point, because he's going on camera and saying beautiful things, and that's what Democrats should be doing. And then he's going to the Senate and voting in line with all of the far left psychotic policies. That's exactly what a Democrat could be. Sounding good on TV while stabbing Americans in the back.
That's what he's doing really well.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's it's better than the asses that they made out of themselves during the congressional address. To me, they've become the party of the weirdos. And
They are.
Listen, I've voted Democrat a couple times in my life. I really have. I voted for Barack Obama the first time, for various reasons. But it's to me, it's like they don't represent anybody that I know that has a sound mind. And I mean, I can't think of anybody.
I agree. It's funny because with this like Mahmoud Khalil story, the Democrat narrative is that he was disappeared in the middle of the night. And it's like he was arrested by ICE.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, but he was disappeared. And I'm like, no, he was arrested and he's in a Louisiana holding facility for ICE.
Yep.
He wasn't disappeared. You know exactly where he is and you know exactly who arrested him.
Right.
You know exactly why they showed up. They've published their exact reasoning in the press and given numerous statements about it.
Right.
But the Democrats thrive. And the far left violent activists, Antifa types, thrive off of trying to make young people believe they're in a James Bond thriller or in Mission
or a
Impossible.
totalitarian novel, and they're Winston. They're like none of us is Winston from 1984. We're all like the rando other people just going around our lives, walking our dogs.
But we're not in
eating our
1984.
chocolate ration, right?
We
But
are
I'm
in something
saying,
weird.
We are in something weird.
I mean,
but
to
that's
be
always
fair,
true.
maybe we are in some kind of dystopian show because
Someone needs to write it
the
though.
riots, the lockdowns, the Biden administration, everything was
Cuomo
really
running
crazy.
for mayor again. Like,
Yeah, so maybe they're not wrong, but they're not wrong about the narrative. What they want to do is right. They want people to think that they're, what you said, Winston?
Winston from 1984.
From
They
1984.
want them to be V from V for Vendetta. They
Right.
want to tell you that you can be that leader leading the charge with the Guy Fawkes mask on. Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.